Hey Joe, I came across this story or this article while I was browsing in the Reddit, and I think it was probably r/anime subreddit where I found the article. The title was Attack on Titan editor murder his wife. I was that was surprising to me. That was insane just to see here that just to see that title, the Attack on Titan editor murdered his wife. To me, it was like, why would that? Why would he do something like that? I was like, "What?" For an editor of this highly popular manga to do something like murdering his wife, that was wild to me. So I looked into it and I actually read the article, and I had a bunch of questions. Did he actually murder his wife? Is he actually an Attack on Titan editor? Or is it just a clickbait title? So that I had so many questions, and actually did the mangaka knew of this guy that claimed to be that allegedly was accused of that is allegedly is accused of murdering his wife. Did the mangaka of Attack on Titan knew about this guy? Did he knew personally? Did he have a personal relationship with this guy? I was curious about all of these questions and actually looked into it. So today you and I are going deep into this case, deep into this article, and actually figuring out what exactly happened, and actually getting all the question answers to our questions, you and I. So this happened on 2016. This is like we had to go back almost like 9 years, 8 years back, because this happened in 2016. And in 2016, around 2:50 a.m. Oh no, this happened in August 9 at 2:50 a.m. Park. The Attack on Titan editor's name is Park. So the full name is Park Jung Hyun. So I don't know how to pronounce Japanese name, so there's going to be some kind of mispronunciation, but that's his name, Park. So I'm going to just call him Park. So at 2:50 a.m., Park called the emergency services and told that his wife fell down or collapsed. So the ambulance arrived, the officers arrived, and actually when they arrived, they found his wife laying down at the base of the stairs facing upwards. That's how they found the body of his wife. His wife name is Kanako. So all the Japanese names I'm pronouncing is probably going to be wrong. So I apologize. So so the officers arrived and they found his wife's body, Kanako's body, at the base of the staircase, lying face up. So the ambulance came and they rushed the body to the hospital, but unfortunately after 1 hour they pronounced her to be dead. So Park was around 41 years old, and he was an editor. He was an editor at the Kodansha, which handled big for manga titles like Attack on Titan, Seven Deadly Sins, and he joined Kodansha at 1999. So after all this broke into the news, and as people started actually discussing about it, people started actually asking the Kodansha about what their relationship was with this editor. So they came out and they came out and actually posted and actually yeah, he was an editor. He was an editor, but he didn't actually work directly with the mangaka of Attack on Titan. He was just a voice editor. So he actually was working there. He actually worked on Attack on Titan, but he didn't have an actual relationship. That's what at least Kodansha says, and I actually believe that to be the case, because there's so much bureaucracy going on in the manga industry. So there's so many editors, so many voice editors. So yeah, I actually believe that. So this happening to the murder, murder at least the initially it wasn't murder. Initially it was like it was a so it was an unaliving case, because that's what Park said to the police officer. But after 1 year, the Park actually got arrested. Park actually got arrested for murdering his wife, and police gave a report on why they arrested Park and why they suspected him of actually murdering his wife. The police said that for the first report that Park gave the police was she unalived herself. But after the autopsy report came and actually looked into it, she died. She died due to the suffocation due to the pressure around the neck. So it doesn't really work out. The Park said that she collapsed and fell down the stairs. So, but when the autopsy came, the reason why she died was because of the high pressure around her neck. So it doesn't really make sense to the police. And after police saying that, Park actually changed the story. He changed the story to that the Kanako. I'm going to call his wife, no names. She used his jacket and hanged on the railing of the stage. So the story went from one thing to another thing suddenly after the police came and said to him the autopsy report is showing something else because the story that you told and the autopsy report doesn't really match. And after giving the story, the police says, "Oh, so why didn't you say this at first? Why didn't you report to the police that she used your jacket to unalive herself?" The answer that Park gave to the police officers was he didn't want his kids to know that his their mom unalived herself unalive herself. They didn't want to know. He didn't want he didn't want his kids to know their mom unalived herself. They had four kids together. Kanaka was 30 years old at the time, and Park was 41 years old. So I'm going into some detail that some articles reported on it, some article didn't report on it. So I'm just really confused about the whole thing because I'm thinking, okay, should I actually say this or should I just omit this one? So I'm going to just say it, and the some article reported on it, some article didn't report on it. I don't know why they didn't really report on it because I don't know why, but I'm going to talk about it. The my whole thing after reading all this was the interest in the or the interesting thing was he's like a 41 years old guy who works at the manga industry. So anybody who goes into the manga industry is not going to get some kind of monetary benefit or financial benefit. They're purely doing for the passion purpose. So to me that was the whole thing that was really really bizarre to me, because why would a person who is so passionate about the job that he's doing would do something like that? So that's it. And I also had some kind of curiosity to know that the mangaka of Attack on Titan knew him personally, because for some reason that was really interesting me. For in my mind, I needed to know that thing. After realizing that he didn't, the mangaka didn't know his editor, know this editor personally, I was kind of relieved, or I kind of had like a satisfaction almost. I don't know why, it's really weird. I don't know how my human psyche was, but that's what happened. That's what happened, and I that was the first almost kind of satisfactory thing to learn from all this. So coming back to the story, and now at the present moment, the second story of Park is that his wife used his jacket to unalive herself at the railings of the stairs. So the police has something to the Park about the case that his wife filed to the local police station about the domestic violence he committed against his wife. So after the birth of their first child, the Park was Park took he took childcare leave from the work, but he didn't really take care of the child. And after they had a argument about this, because you are sitting you're sitting in the house and you are not taking care of the child, and you actually took work leave, childcare leave from work to actually look after the kid, and you are not looking after the kid. So that she was asking that question, and he got really abusive towards her. And later she actually asked him to quit his job, because I don't know, it's probably because she was feeling kind of really lonely, taking care of the children, taking care of their children. So that's probably the reason why she asked him. But he, for some reason, got really physical with her, and she reported it to the local police station. So the police now have really suspicious. Police is now really suspicious towards this guy, towards Park, because he lied, and his wife also had filed reports or complained to the local police station about his physical abuse to her towards his wife. So we are now at a stage where this thing is kind of really not making that much sense. or things are not in a stage where that's really favorable to Park. At this point, the Park guy is in a really weird situation. He's really in a really bizarre situation because I think his brain is really panicking at this moment because the police actually got really suspicious. I actually got more suspicious with the more he talked because the first story that he told the police officers were his wife fell down, collapsed on the stairs. Then the autopsy report came out and they found out she died due to the pressure surrounding her neck. So that story doesn't really add up. Then he told, oh, she actually used his jacket at the release of the stairs to unalive herself. Then the police found out the wife actually filed a case against him for physical assault, physically being physical with her after the birth of their first son. They had four kids together. So after the birth of the first son, she actually filed a case at the local police station for the husband becoming really physical with her. And then they later, and she also told the local police station that the park took child care leave from his work but didn't really look after his kids. So that's a really suspicious husband father relationship because you're not taking care of your kids and you see your wife actually filed a physical case. She actually filed a case for you against you for being physical with her after giving birth to your kid. So that he's in a really weird position right now. The police are starting to catch on to him. So it doesn't really add up. And after looking into other articles, I actually came. He had some article reported that he actually changed the story again because before using his jacket to unalive herself, she actually fought with him. So she used a knife and she attacked him. It was in their bedroom. So he fought him back again, fought back, and somehow the situation kind of escalated. And for some reason, this is in his words. He locked himself in the room, and she was outside. And then he later heard a noise, and then found her at the bottom of the stairs. That's the story. So let me recap this. The recap what I said. The wife attacked him, the husband, the park. She used a knife, so he got really panicked and he was really anxious because he was really fear. He was in a fear state of mind. She attacked him. Therefore, he protected himself self defense and he locked himself in the room. She went outside. I don't know if she went outside, but I'm just paraphrasing. I'm just making a stuff what actually could happen. She went outside. Then later he heard a noise, and after the noise, he actually went outside to look what happened and found his wife's body at the bottom of the stairs. So all this stuff really is wild to the police right now, and all this stuff, the stories is now really adding up. So they caught his ass. He got arrested. And he actually got presented to the court, and the judge was also said that his story doesn't seem really realistic, and it's unrealistic of his wife to analyze herself. The story doesn't really add up. And they actually said that the prosecutor was looking for like a 15 years sentence, but they he got sentenced. The prosecutor was looking for 15 years, and the defense position was she committed unaliving by herself. Not this is not a murder. This is an unaliving situation by herself. And the judge ruled against Park, but he went. This was the Tokyo District Court, so he went and appealed to the Supreme Court, and actually the Supreme Court actually found the case to be really weird. That this was the whole situation gets really more interesting and more weird because the Supreme Court, after looking into the case, found that the Tokyo District Court didn't really look deep into it, didn't really examine his position or other position, didn't really look into the position. So the Tokyo Supreme Court told the Tokyo District Court to actually re-examine the case and actually assess the case once again. So the case was once again assessed and found out, and the judge found out there's nothing new to this. So I don't know what the Tokyo Supreme Court judge was thinking because I thought there was while I was reading this, I thought okay, there's something fishy right here because the Tokyo Supreme Court is saying that Tokyo District Court is not really that clean. They didn't really look into the evidence. they didn't look into the evidence, they didn't really hear his position. But it came out to be wrong again because the judge told that there's no new evidence to to look into this. The story doesn't really add up, and the autopsy record is against him, and all the stuff is pointing towards him, his her husband. But so all this stuff, then and after three trials, this is after three trials, and the murder happened in 2016, and he got arrested in 2017, and in 2024 he got sentenced to 11 years. The prosecutor was looking for 15 years, but he got sentenced to 11 years. And after till now, this is almost after 8 years. This is mother also supports him and says that he doesn't really do it. He probably didn't do it, and he's really close with his wife and really close with his children. So the whole thing is really bizarre because he actually got sentenced to 11 years, but then he claims he will again refile it, again refile another case, not appeal against this ruling. So that's the whole thing. At this specific moment, he got sentenced to 11 years for murdering his wife. And this whole thing is really bizarre because first of all, why would you do that? I think my guess is that he was really dissatisfied with his wife. And the thing he said, I think that he didn't really say it, but from his confession, but from his confession, he said he didn't really like the way she took care of his kids. Brother, you didn't really take care of your kids. You took childcare work and didn't do anything. So what is this about? I think he was really dissatisfied with his wife, and I don't know what, I don't know the psyche of a human being to for them to get to the point where they actually kill their significant other. I just don't know what goes in their brain while doing that. I don't know if they're in a highly emotionally charged situation or there something happened because he's not admitting to the case, or we don't really. I think the situational evidence are all pointing towards him, but we don't really know if he ever confessed, then we will get a full picture of why he did that, what happened at that house at that 2:50 a.m. Before 2:50 a.m. I think he probably started around 12 a.m. and on 12 a.m. on August 9th. So this whole thing is really bizarre because we know the best guess now is probably he did this, but it's all allegedly because he's re I think he's I don't know if the word reclaiming or reappealing. I think he's probably reappealing to the Supreme Court once again for the this ruling. So he's denying the case. So at some but it's really weird, man. He's really denying this, but after reading the city, after reading the whole story, after reading the articles, after knowing the about the case details, the all the evidence are pointing towards you, brother. Why? And his mom is also in his side. So this case is bizarre. Yeah, that's bro. That's the story. That's the story. That's the story of the Attack on Titan editor who murdered his wife, and he got 11 years sentence to jail. So if you like the video, like the video. If you dislike the video, dislike the video. And if you want more videos like this or any other videos on my channel, subscribe it. Mwah.